Good morning and welcome to episode 67 of The Daily Light. Growing up, my family moved us to the Dominican Republic when I was only 16 years old, and for a teenager, if you can imagine that, it's devastating. I felt like my whole life just ended. And I spent about 2 years begging my parents not to make the move. I did not want to go. And I remember picking fights, being like 14, 15, going into the room, picking fights on purpose to just get them tired. And so they'd want to give up on this trip. And what they kept repeating to me over and over again is that we're going to go if it's the will of God. Don't pray for what you want. Pray for the will of God. And since that move to the Dominican Republic was so traumatizing to me, ever since that time and I hear the phrase, the will of God, let the will of God be done, I hated it. I hated it because then the will of God for me represented doing something that I really did not want to do, something that caused me pain, something that was just the total opposite of what I thought was good for me. So when we read in the Gospels of Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane and how he knew his time was coming to be put to a cross and die, and he says to God, take this cup from me, but let not my will be done, but your will be done. That always, I looked at it with so much admiration because I always felt like that's something I could not do. Because I didn't want to move to DR as a teenager. But I think it's important to note that our desires, everything that we have in our hearts, come from God. One of the reasons I didn't want to leave was because I had these friends that I was with since I was a little girl. And I didn't want to leave them behind. I didn't think I'd make new friends. But what I discovered when I did move was friendships with amazing people that I would have never met if we never moved. I had experiences over there that I would have never had if we didn't move. And it was so good for me. But I didn't know that. Only God knew that. And maybe you're facing something in your life that it seems like your will is the complete opposite of where God is taking you. And there's so much resistance in that. Don't resist. Just let go. And even if we do put up a fight, God is kind of like a GPS. I know that I fight my Waze app all the time. Can you tell I have control issues? I fight my Waze app because let's say I'm going to a location, I kind of know how to get there. It's telling me to go this way, but I want to go that way. And I'll figure it out if I go that way. I've done that. And no matter what, Waze will correct the course and still take me to my destination. And that's what God's going to do in your life. So, you might veer off course for a while. You might want to fight that direction that he's taking you in your life. But eventually, you and God want the same thing. He just knows better than you do. He created your desires. He created everything that you feel. He's just taking you in the direction that he knows is best for you. You just don't see it yet. So yesterday I talked about the willingness to do the will of God. Let's keep praying for the willingness to discover what his will is and the willingness to be obedient to it so that he can do in us amazing, incredible things that are beyond anything we could expect in our lives. God bless you and have a good day.